Two people start new jobs on the same day. They're in the same department with the same title, earning the exact same salary, $60,000 a year. Fast forward 2 years to 2026. The first person feels more broke than ever. Their salary went up, but so did their spending. They check their bank account with a knot in their stomach, hoping for enough to cover the rent. They have zero savings and a credit card balance that keeps creeping up. The second person is calm. They're in control. They have over $7,000 in an investment account that's growing every day. They make financial decisions with confidence, on a clear, automated path to becoming a millionaire. What's the difference? It's not their income, intelligence, or luck. The difference is, one still uses the broken, outdated financial software the world teaches, while the other installed a new operating system. A system of 3 simple daily habits that make building wealth inevitable. And today, I'm going to give you that exact system. If you've ever felt that sinking financial anxiety on a Sunday night, thinking about the week ahead, you know this feeling. You get your paycheck, pay bills, try to have fun, and suddenly it's gone. You're running on a financial treadmill. You work hard, you might even get a raise, but you're not actually moving forward. You're just running faster in the same place. So what do? We try the things everyone tells us to. We try making a budget. We download a spreadsheet, categorize every expense for hours, and promise ourselves, this month will be different. But a monthly budget is like trying to hold your breath for 30 days. It's unnatural. It requires constant, exhausting willpower. By day 10, you're tired. You have a stressful day at work. You order takeout. And just like that, the budget is broken. The guilt sets in, and you tell yourself, I'll try again next month. It's a cycle of failure that we blame on ourselves, thinking we just don't have enough discipline. But what if discipline was never the answer? What if the entire approach is wrong? What if, instead of a massive monthly struggle, you could install a few tiny automatic habits that work in the background, building wealth for you whether you feel motivated or not? This isn't about working harder or earning more. This is about working smarter. This is the 3-step daily wealth protocol. It takes less than 5 minutes a day, and it is designed to systematically eliminate the behaviors that keep you broke and replace them with the automated habits of the wealthy. By 2026, this system can completely transform your financial reality. So let's get into it. Rule number 1, the 60-second morning money scan. Here's a surprising truth. The single most common trait among people who struggle with money is active avoidance. They are afraid to look at their bank accounts. This isn't a character flaw. It's a well-documented psychological phenomenon. We avoid things that cause us pain or anxiety. But you cannot fix a problem you refuse to look at. Hiding from your finances is like trying to drive a car with your eyes closed. You are guaranteed to crash. The morning money scan is the cure. It's simple, and it takes less than 1 minute. Every single morning before you check social media or email, you do this. You take out your phone and you open your banking app. You look at exactly 3 numbers. 1, your primary checking account balance. 2, your total credit card balance. 3, your total investment or savings account balance. That's it. You don't do anything. You don't make a plan. You don't judge yourself. You don't feel guilty or proud. You just observe. You are simply gathering data. You are taking the temperature of your financial life. So why does this tiny, seemingly passive action work so well? It does 2 critical things. First, it desensitizes you. The first few times you do this, you might feel a jolt of anxiety. That's normal. But after a week of looking at these numbers every day, the fear starts to fade. It's just data. It's just a number on a screen. By confronting it daily, you rob it of its emotional power over you. You go from being a victim of your finances to a neutral observer. Second, it primes your brain for the rest of the day. This is a concept from behavioral psychology. By making your financial reality the first piece of information you consume, you subconsciously anchor it in your mind. As you go about your day, every potential spending decision, from buying a coffee to ordering lunch, is now made with the quiet context of those three numbers in the back of your head. You don't have to actively think about it. Your brain will naturally start making slightly better, more informed choices. Let's look at the contrast. Person A avoids their accounts. They go to the coffee shop and buy a $6 latte because it feels good in the moment. They have no real-time connection to the impact of that purchase. They only see the damage a week later when their balance is lower than expected. Person B does the 60-second morning scan. They saw their credit card balance was $900 that morning. When they walk into the coffee shop, their brain, on autopilot, does a quick calculation. Is this latte worth pushing that balance closer to $1,000? Sometimes the answer is yes, but often it's a no. The simple act of observation changes behavior without willpower. This awareness is the foundation. But awareness alone won't make you rich. It's just the first step. Awareness without action creates more anxiety. And that brings us to the most important rule of the entire system. Rule number 2, the automatic daily wealth capture. Listen very carefully. The wealthiest people you know are not more disciplined than you are. They are not fighting a daily battle of willpower. They simply made the decision to build wealth once, and then they automated it so they never have to think about it again. They removed their unreliable human emotions from the most important financial decision of their lives. Your task is to do the same, but in a psychologically invisible and incredibly powerful way. You are not going to set up a monthly transfer. You are going to set up a daily transfer. Here's the plan. Log into your bank account and set up a recurring, automatic daily transfer from your checking account to a separate investment account. This should be an account you don't touch, like a low-cost index fund or a high-yield savings account if you're just starting. Now you're thinking, how much? This is the critical part. We are going to start so small that it feels absurd. Start with $5. If $5 feels scary, start with $1. Just $1 a day. I know that sounds like nothing. That's the point. Your brain will not register $1 as a threat. There's no pain, no sense of deprivation. It's less than a cup of coffee. It just happens. But let's look at the math. A $5 daily capture is $35 a week. It's about $150 a month. $150 a month invested at an average stock market return of 9% becomes over $22,000 in 10 years. In 20 years, it's almost $82,000, all from a daily $5 habit you don't even feel. Now let's get serious. After a month, if you didn't even notice the $5 was gone, bump it up to $10 a day. A $10 daily wealth capture is $300 a month. That's $3,650 a year. That amount invested at 9% becomes over $44,000 in 10 years. It becomes over $163,000 in 20 years. And in 30 years, it becomes $490,000. Nearly $500,000 from a $10 daily habit you automated once. This is how wealth is actually built. Not through one big heroic act of saving, but through thousands of small, automatic, and unemotional deposits over time. Now, some of you might be thinking, I am truly broke. I don't have an extra dollar a day. I hear you. If that is your situation, your first mission is not to save $1. Your mission is to find the dollar. Your task for the next 7 days is to do one of 3 things. Cancel one small subscription you don't use, sell one thing from your home you no longer need, or find one micro task online you can do for a few bucks. The goal is to generate that initial $30 to fund your first month of $1 a day transfers. This act itself will prove to you that you have more control than you think. The cost of not doing this is staggering. Every single day you wait to automate your wealth capture is a day of compound growth that you have forfeited forever. Waiting a year to start your $10 a day plan doesn't just cost you the $3,650 you didn't save. It costs you the tens of thousands of dollars that money would have grown into. The most powerful force in finance is starting now. So, we have built awareness with the morning scan. We have built our wealth engine with the automatic daily capture. But for many people, there's still a leak in the boat. There's a force that silently drains your money and sabotages your progress. That brings us to our final rule. Rule number 3, the 2-minute sunset spending review. Think about the last time you bought something you didn't really need. A new gadget, clothes on sale, or expensive food delivery. Why did you do it? The conventional answer is that you lacked discipline. But the real answer is almost always emotional. We don't make most of our spending decisions with the logical part of our brain. We make them with the emotional part. We buy things not because we need them, but because we feel stressed, bored, insecure, or because we want to celebrate. Spending money is one of the fastest ways to change your emotional state. And this is the leak that can sink your entire financial ship. The Sunset Spending Review is designed to find and plug that leak. It's incredibly simple. Every evening before you wind down for the day, you take 2 minutes. You open your banking app or credit card app, and you look at the list of transactions from the last 24 hours. For each purchase, you ask yourself one simple question. Not, was this a good or bad purchase? That question leads to guilt. The question is, what was the emotion that triggered this purchase? Just label it. That $10 lunch? The trigger was convenience because I was too busy. That $30 Amazon purchase? The trigger was boredom while watching TV. That $50 dinner out? The trigger was a desire for social connection. You are not judging. You are a detective, gathering clues about your own behavior. At the end of 1 week, you will have a clear, undeniable map of your emotional spending triggers. You will see the patterns. Maybe you discover that every time you have a stressful day at work, you spend $40 on takeout. The stress is the trigger, the spending is the response. This data is priceless. Once you know the trigger, you can find a new, cheaper response. The next time you feel that work stress, instead of immediately opening a food delivery app, you can recognize the feeling and say, there's that stress trigger. Instead of spending $40, I'm going to go for a 10-minute walk to clear my head. You are replacing an expensive coping mechanism with a free and often healthier one. Look at the difference. Person A feels a vague sense of guilt about their spending. They know they overspend, but they don't know why. So they are doomed to repeat the same patterns. They are flying blind. Person B does the sunset review. They identify that their boredom on weeknights costs them an extra $200 a month in impulse online shopping. They now have a specific problem to solve. They find a new book to read or a project to work on during those hours, and they redirect that $200 directly into their daily wealth capture, accelerating their path to freedom. This isn't about deprivation. It's about conscious, intentional living. And what if you miss a day? What if you forget to do the review? It doesn't matter. The goal is not perfection. It is progress. If you miss a day, you just pick it back up the next. This isn't a test you can fail. It's a system you practice, and you get better over time. So let's put this all together. Let's imagine it's January 1st, 2026. You've been following the 3-step daily wealth protocol for a full year. Every morning, you do your 60-second scan. Checking your finances is now a calm, normal part of your day, like brushing your teeth. The fear is gone. Every single day for 365 days, your automatic wealth capture has moved $10 from your checking account to your investment account. That account now holds over $3,650 of your own money, plus any market growth. It's real, it's yours, it's working for you, even when you sleep. Every evening, you've done your sunset review. You now intimately understand your emotional spending triggers. You've replaced your most expensive reactive habits with intentional, free, or low-cost alternatives. You've probably saved an extra $100 to $200 a month, money you've used to increase your daily capture from $10 to $15. The most important change isn't the money in your account. It's your identity. You are no longer a person who is trying to be good with money. You are no longer a person who feels broke. You are an investor. You are a wealth builder. It's just who you are. The system has produced the identity. This is the irreversible shift that guarantees your future success. The next 2 years are going to pass no matter what. The calendar pages will turn. The only question is, where will you be when we arrive at 2026? Will you be in the exact same spot, feeling the same stress, the same anxiety, running on the same treadmill? Or will you be thousands of dollars wealthier, in complete control, and on a clear, unstoppable path to financial freedom? That choice isn't made in 2 years. It's made right now. It's made in the next 5 minutes when you decide to install this operating system. So here is my challenge to you. I challenge you to try this for just 7 days. Set up an automatic daily transfer for just $1. For 1 week, do the morning scan and the sunset review. That's it. In the comments below, I want you to write, "I'm starting today." Then come back in 1 week and tell me how it feels. Tell me what you've learned. If this video changed the way you think about building wealth, subscribe to the channel for more no-nonsense strategies. The person you will be in 2026 is determined by the systems you build today. Your future self will either thank you or they will wonder what happened.